When you run for office, you hold office, you act, you fail to act, you create policy, and people have strong opinions about what you do or what you fail to do. When you go down the wrong road, it is incumbent upon each citizen to stand up, call it out, try for change. This is a critical component of good citizenship. Now, I'm sure that criticism of any kind stings, but if you get defensive rather than take criticism as an expression of the citizenry's desire to get what's best for the town, you close off, you can't hear it, you can't open your mind and potentially change course. You create a fiefdom where the citizens of the town are excluded, and that is not democracy. While criticism of any kind is personally upsetting, accepting that kind of criticism in the spirit in which it is intended is part of the responsibility of holding elected office, because true consideration of the content of the criticism can only improve the town. But when you get defensive and lash out against those who are appropriately critical of issues, you divide the population and make the town weaker and less than it should be. So in that spirit, I'd like to give some examples, and I'm sorry if this does in fact sting a bit. So when faced with environmental disaster and shady or serious sexual harassment, racial and gender discrimination, and a hostile work environment in our police department, Bill, you seem to have created a policy of non-transparency. You chose to bypass the town board and appoint yourself as investigator despite a conflict of interest that exists because in each case, you have a long-term acquaintanceship or relationship with the accused people in each of those cases. In response to this inappropriate behavior, it is incumbent upon us as citizens to speak out, and that should not be seen as a personal attack. On the other hand, when you or your supporters call a political rival by derogatory nicknames or comment on their hair or other physical characteristics, that is not only inappropriate, but this wholly violates our own rules in the employee handbook. And those who engage in this kind of childish behavior should be sanctioned in some way. This isn't this isn't governed by the First Amendment. This is an issue of our town code of conduct for those representing our town, and you as supervisor and the rest of the town board should lead the charge against that kind of conduct rather than silently encourage it. Appropriately criticizing policies becomes the enemy, and that's apparent in what's becoming an institutionalized disrespect of fellow Woodstockers when you walk out and shut down town board meetings, which you've done at least 3 times, or threaten to call the police because you don't like what is being said about you. That is not okay. When citizens have taken the time and energy to come in person to a town hall meeting to inform the board of ongoing problems during the public be heard session, you can't pick up your proverbial marbles and go home. Even limiting the time is a disrespect to Woodstockers. We used to have town board meetings where we could talk until the issues were fully covered. But 2 meetings ago, a 30-year veteran employee of our town wanted to have 2 more sentences on such a critical issues and was shut down, and that is not okay.
Thank you.